Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My topic is the influence of zakat and tax in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. My name is Siti Norbiah binti Mak Reja with my partner Najahuddin bin Latih in University Teknologi Mara UiTM Shah Alam. For the introduction, development is a symbol or measure of the achievement of the country's civilization in the eyes of the world. Three most important elements in sustainable development, namely economic, social, and environmental, that need to be given equal priority. In line with this desire, the United Nations on 25 September 2015 launched the 2030 Agenda through the idea of Sustainable Development Goals, which was later agreed to by 193 countries in the UN General Assembly. This 2030 Agenda is to develop the country sustainably for the benefit of human beings and the earth. The SDG also focus on eradicating poverty, hunger and education, which are a problem for developing countries. Furthermore, the SDG program is aimed at securing future generations so that they are able to get all the basic necessity needed. The program covers human, the planet, prosperity, peace and strategic partners, which are expected to end the problems currently being experienced by developing countries. Thus, there are 17 goals have been set as targets that needs to be achieved by 2030. They are no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reducing inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice and strong institution, partnerships for the goals. Okay, for the literature review, first one, Islamic Instruments and Sustainable Development Goals. Habib Aiman, Abdul Ghaffar and Salman and Muhammad stressed that Islamic finance has excellent potential in promoting financial stability, financial inclusion and mutual prosperity as well as infrastructure development, which will create an environment that enables the timely implementation of SDG. Meanwhile, Ibrahim and Umar look at the role of Islamic finance in achieving the SDG in Nigeria. The study revealed that Islamic finance such as sadaqah, zakat, wakaf and other financing instruments such as sukuk, musyarakah, murabahah and so on will have a positive impact on the economic sector and ultimately lead to the realization of the SDG. According to Eko and Umi, the role of zakat as a fiscal policy in ensuring human development towards excellence and improvement of the asnaf in the future. In addition, a study by Ahmad Nazrul and Wan Nur Haniza explained assistance to the people not only from the financial aspect but also refers to other assistance such as housing, education and help to achieve the SDG. Meanwhile, Hafizah and Salman and Abdul Ghaffar says zakat institution need to work with the government by issuing asnaf, especially the poor and needy, so that the country's economic progress is in line with improving the quality of society. The 7 goals of the SDG can be adapted in zakat management, namely no poverty, zero hunger, health and well-being for all, quality education, career advancement and economic development, making cities and asnaf settlements safe and resilient while strengthening implementation methods by building networks with foreign agencies. All these goals ensure that everyone benefits from the aspects of social, economic and environmental development. Moreover, Umi Ibrahim proposed the use of modern communication in e-community-based platforms to ensure effective utilization of zakat funds by recipients and wider zakat coverage to some poor people in northern Nigeria. This approach is also found to be useful in increasing the financial inclusion of the poor and the diversity of sources of zakat collection. For the second one, tax and sustainable development goals, in addition to zakat, another instrument related to the SDG towards its achievement in conventional fiscal policy, namely tax. Tax is an economic instrument for a country to earn revenue or income. The proceeds from this tax will be used by the government to administer and manage the country while providing physical development and infrastructure for the convenience of the people and national security. It can be defined as money or property that must be paid by the household, sector and firms to the government and is a major component of the country's source of income. According to Marginani, if the source of national income is insufficient, the state has to collect tax from the people to fund the public interest. This view is in line with Abu Yusuf, where the national tax rate can increase or decrease according to the ability of the people. If viewed from the perspective of the history of taxation in Islam, it has started since the Prophet SAW introduced the Jizyah tax, which is a poll tax to non-Muslims living under Islamic rule. This tax allows them to be entitled to protection and care from all aspects, whether property, family, blood, and so on. It was also implemented in the time of Umar al-Khattab companions, where he introduced land tax, trade tax, and other development is an effort to meet the needs and support the development of the country. And also in Ibn Khaldun, in his work Al-Muqaddimah, he outlined a specific policy in the formulation of a country's taxation. That is, when the tax assessment and the obligation to pay with little, they have the determination and enthusiasm to work for something. Entrepreneurial careers are growing and increasing due to low tax, and also tax payment obligations will also increase. Indirectly, tax revenue will increase. Ibn Khaldun emphasis explained that the formation of tax on the people should be at a low rate to stimulate entrepreneurial spirit and can only be increased the amount of tax at a minimum rate. This explained to use that tax policy plays an important role towards achieving the goals of the SDG. From a contemporary point of view, tax collection should be imposed in addition to zakat, sedekah, jizyah and ushur to ensure that the government can manage the welfare of the ummah, including developing the welfare of the people, payment of salaries of government officials, provision of infrastructure and so on for the convenience of the people, especially those in the B40 group and below. Thus, despite the views put forward by Islamic and conventional fiscal policies have the same economic objective, namely to achieve economic growth, wealth distribution and price stability. But it is undeniable that Islamic fiscal policy broadly encompasses material welfare in this world and the hereafter as opposed to conventional. Thus, the study found that in order to achieve the goals of the SDG, zakat and tax play an interrelated and responsible role towards the progress of the country. A fair collection among leaders will drive the growth and development of the country in line with developing countries, and indirectly the SDG will be achieved successfully by 2030. Findings: to study the influence of zakat and tax in achieving the SDG, the researcher looked at the scheme and distribution of zakat provided to help the asnaf as well as the infrastructure or facilities provided to the community. Referring to the Selangor Zakat Board, various scheme and distribution of zakat have been allocated to help the needy asnaf. Table 2 shows the form as assistance scheme to asnaf provided by LZS in line with the objective of the SDG. Finance and monthly meals, Ramadan, Aidilfitri, And mu'alaf is refers to the SDG 1, 2 and 3, protection, construction, repair of religious institution, SDG 11, Al-Riqab, SDG 3, Ibnu Sabil Assistant, SDG 1 and 3, education and training courses relate to the SDG 4, business capital, SDG 8, monthly allowance for mosque officer, SDG 7, emergency and medical refers SDG 3, living needs SDG 1, 2 and 3, outreach program SDG 8 and 9, Islamic value application program SDG 4 and 8, assistance from Islamic association or charities SDG 7 and 8, special for COVID-19 SDG 1, 2, 3 and 4, and student food and care center refers or relate to the SDG 3 and 4. Referring to the distribution of zakat by the LZS, a total of 364 million for the period January to June 2019, which was distributed to 8 asnaf group specified in the Quran. Similarly, in a situation where the country is experiencing the COVID-19 problem, LZS has distributed a total of 232.2 million to asnaf. Every distribution scheme provided to the asnaf, zakat plays an important role in ensuring that their needs are met and indirectly the goals of the SDG can be achieved by 2030. Similarly, the influence of tax and SDG based on Keynesian theory, the factors that can influence economic growth are effective demand or aggregate spending consisting of consumption, investment, government spending, and net exports. Governments are encouraged to actively intervene through appropriate fiscal and monetary policies to ensure full employment, price stability, and economic growth. As discussed earlier, taxes are implemented to meet expenditure for the needs of the government, the people, and the country. According to Datuk Seri Muhammad Shafiee Apdal, almost half of the allocation received by the state comes from tax revenue. Therefore, taxpayers are advised to understand the importance of revenue collection to the government as it is able to develop the country's economy and create jobs. Various findings from previous researchers discussing tax and government spending. Most government spending is aimed at protecting the people, promoting the national economy, and looking after the social welfare of the community. The government also spends towards development such as construction of roads, bridges, hospitals, and other that can increase the socio-economic level and promote economic growth. This is in line with the goal of sustainable development, which is to achieve SDG 7, 8, and 9. An effective fiscal policy that balances growth need with fiscal sustainability is critical to Malaysia in achieving strong macroeconomic and public financial stability. The fiscal stand needs to be more flexible and operate based on effective tax and expenditure strategies to drive the direction of national development. Therefore, all income from tax sources will be used by the state to build schools as a place to acquire knowledge. Apart from that, the government also provide basic infrastructure such as building road to connect village, towns, and enable trade activities to take place between the areas. Okay, it's related to the SDG 7, 8, and 9. Tax on good other than for rehabilitation, the environment, SDG 11, and various other campaigns. All this is aimed at helping the people or the general public, especially the asnaf, to be free from the cocoon of poverty, SDG 1, 2, and 3, and indirectly the development of the country can be enhanced in line with the goal of sustainable development. In summary, results from literature highlight the study found that study found that zakat and tax have a positive influence in achieving the SDG. Both are interrelated and interdependent for the development and progress of the country. For the conclusion, after discussing zakat and tax in achieving the SDG, it was found that the two instruments have a close relationship with each other. Both have the same goals and objective in the development of the country, as well as the upliftment of society towards the common goods. Parallel and balanced adaptation indirectly leads to the achievement of the SDG goals by 2030. In addition, researchers suggest that efforts to diversify studies linked to the role of SDG from an Islamic perspective should be conducted by future researchers, as well as quantitative studies to review the influence of zakat and tax involving empirical data to identify its effectiveness as a reference and guidance to national economies in the future, as well as society in general. That's all to my presentation. Thank you.